Don't get me wrong, I love doing full glam, full coverage, crazy eyeshadow looks, but realistically, on an everyday basis, this is the look I will opt for. Basically, it's a no foundation look. I've already done my brows off camera, and I would recommend just doing your brows however you feel the most comfortable. But for me personally, I do find using a brow pen. I used the, I used the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen today. The reason why I like a brow pen is because you can get easier hair strokes, so it looks more natural. It almost looks more sparse, not in a bad way, but a little bit more like just sparse and more natural with the pen. So I would recommend using a pen, but again, do whatever you feel comfortable with. And then even though I skip on foundation, I do go in with a concealer. And my favorite current concealer is this one from Joah. It's the Perfect Complexion Eye Serum Concealer. The reason why I like this concealer is because it gives great light to medium coverage. It's really quick and easy to apply. I kind of apply it everywhere, to be honest. And the great thing about this applicator, it comes with the little sponge tip applicator, which I know a lot of people don't like. And perhaps it's not the most hygienic thing, but I will say that I find the applicator really does a great job of thinning out the product in a way to where you're not applying too much. This looks so natural and lightweight. It feels like nothing, but again, you get that good light to medium coverage. So I really like this concealer. I find it to be ultra smoothing under the eyes as well. If you have a lot of hollowness like I do, bags, it's not going to accentuate that. So I really love it. I feel like it's a really underrated concealer, but in general, I would just recommend going in with a light to medium coverage concealer. You don't want like a full coverage concealer because if you're not wearing foundation, it's gonna look really obvious, the line of demarcation where your concealer starts and stops, and just look a little bit like funky. For a no foundation day, I like to use a bronzer that is definitely more sheer. Two that I would recommend, the iconic London Sheer Bronze or the new Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing Serum. These are very sheer pigment, but I love that for an everyday look because you can't really overdo it, can't really mess it up. It's gonna let your skin peek through so it doesn't look like you have a stripe of brown on your face. It just melts right in, but it still gives you a little hint of definition and color. You can see it just blends so easily. I like to take some across the center of my face as well, just to sort of give me that like natural beachy bronzed look, because when you get a bronze, you don't just get tan like right here on the sides of your face. It usually will be more in the center of your face. So if you're going for more of a natural look, then I would recommend focusing more of your bronzer actually on the center of your face. But because of the tone of this, it does work as a subtle contour as well. It's a very nice like neutral tone. This in particular is in the shade Light. And I'm gonna take a little bit on the chin, and then I like to just sweep a bit through the crease as well. Let me zoom in a little bit. I feel like that's a little better. Sorry, you couldn't see what I was doing before. The cool thing about this product too is that it comes with the doe foot that I was using, but it also comes with a pump. So if you wanted like an all over bronze, something that you could like use to match your face to your body if you self tan, this would be really great as well. Sort of like those Drunk Elephant deep bronzer drops. I'm just bringing some down my neck to make everything look cohesive. When it comes to blush, I followed a similar sort of mantra. I want something a little bit more sheer and see-through because those are the formulas I find that look the most natural. Two that I really love, I love the Juicy Pang Jelly Blushers. You can find these on Amazon or on YesStyle. These are K-Beauty products and they're super affordable. I believe they're around $10. If you've ever tried the MAC Glow Play blushes, these are very similar. They're kind of like that cream to powder bouncy formula, and they come in a variety of really beautiful shades. My favorite is this one right here. VL01. It's just the most perfect soft ballerina pink. Looks so fresh and natural on the cheeks, and these do dry down to more of a satin finish, so they're really gonna blur any texture you have. They're not gonna accentuate any pores, so they're really flattering, and they do last a really long time on the skin as well. I've mentioned these numerous times on my channel. A more recent favorite, I've really been enjoying the Cheeks Out cream blush from Fenty Beauty. This one is in the shade Pinky Promise. Just a really pretty luminous pink blush. It looks like it's gonna be very vibrant, like hot pink fuchsia, but it actually sheers out quite a bit on the skin, and it has a bit of luminescence to it, but it's not like chunky sparkly glitter or anything like that. It just looks very natural. It's very thin, and it does have a little bit of translucency, as you can see. So I'm gonna be using this today. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my fingertip, and I place it with finger that I picked the product up, and then if you want to diffuse the product without adding more pigment, you can take a clean finger and just sort of go around the edges. I do like to bring my blush and bronzer more towards the center of my face, a little bit higher up, just because I feel like it looks the most natural. And you can see this is a sheer formula, but I am able to build it up. It doesn't get patchy. It's really, really pretty, and I do like that this one has a little bit of that glow, a little bit of that luminescence to it, because it just gives you a little bit of life, especially if you have more dry skin like me. And I do add a little bit more blush than usual because blush, especially cream blush, tends to fade rather quickly. Wanted to mention too, another sheer, no makeup, no foundation blush I really love from the drugstore is from Hard Candy. Their Face Off liquid blushes are so beautiful. It gives you like that subtle luminosity, and again has a little bit of that translucency, so you can still see your natural skin peeking through. So it looks like it's coming from within rather than just a big blob of pink sitting on top of your skin. And I guess that's the main reason why I love these semi-translucent sort of products for a no foundation day, is because you can still see your skin peeking through, so it looks like it's coming from within rather than just sitting on top of the skin, if that makes sense. So for me personally, if I'm short on time and I have to choose between like putting on mascara and putting on a lip, I'm gonna put on a lip because my lips are smaller, my eyes are already pretty large. So if I want to accentuate one thing, it's gonna be my lips. You can pick and choose depending on, you know, what you feel the most comfortable with. If you really feel like you need mascara, then definitely go for mascara. I am gonna use mascara today, but I'm just saying, like, if I had to cut out certain steps, the eyes are usually my last thing that I focus on. I always want to make sure I have a lip liner on. So let me wipe off my lip balm. I have been really loving this wooden lip liner from LA Girl. This is their Perfect Precision lip liner, and the shade is Sugar and Spice. It's a really pretty like rosy brown, and even though it is a wooden pencil, it is not super tuggy on the lips. It glides pretty easily, but it does stay around for a good amount of time. It's not the most long wearing lip liner that I own, but I love the shade so much. So good, so good. And they're only like a couple bucks. I cannot believe how affordable these lip liners are. I also really like the shade Cafe if you want something a little bit more warm. And then if you have not tried the ColourPop So Juicy Plumping Gloss Sticks, this is your sign to try them. They are so good. I have the shade Vacay Mode. Ugh, they feel so good. They're not goopy. They're like that gloss in a stick formula. And I love the shade of this because, again, it's like a pinky nude, but it's not too pink. It's very natural and it gives you such high shine. But it's like a Your Lips But Better color. It's just a really pretty rosy flush of juicy, glossy goodness. It's delicious. I love it. And for a quick eye look, I will sometimes take my little single shadow from MAC in the shade Omega. I mean, it looks super boring in the pan. It's like a taupey brown with a little bit of a olivey undertone. But for my complexion, I do have more of an olivey undertone. It just looks super natural, like the perfect contour shade. Again, sometimes I don't do this. I will skip it if I am short on time. But just for funsies, I will show you today. Ooh, such a pretty color. You don't find a lot of tones like this. A lot of times, browns and taupes lean a little bit more gray or more pink in their undertone. And obviously there's a lot of warmer tone browns, but this one has the slightest cool tone olive undertone that is just perfect for me. And I'll just pinch my brush and do a little bit under the eyes. And then I do like to pack on just a little bit on this outer corner because my eyes are slightly downturned, so I kind of want to pull them up a bit with shadow. Fake it till you make it, you know? And then honestly, on an everyday basis, sometimes I skip mascara because truth be told, I am lazy when it comes to removing my makeup at the end of the night. That is my least favorite part of makeup. I hate taking it off. So a tubing mascara is my best friend. I am pretty loyal to this one from Milani. This is their highly rated lash extensions tubing mascara. So it's not a perfect formula. This does get pretty clumpy, but for a no foundation day it works because personally I don't need a lot of, or I don't care to have a lot of volume or extreme length on my lashes. I just want like a subtle tint. So if you just go in with a little tiny bit of this, it doesn't get clumpy. It's when you start trying to layer this up too much that you can run into problems because it's a very wet formula. And I also love that tubing formulas do not smudge. This one does not flake, so they're really great if you have watery eyes like me. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this mascara. A lot of people hate it, a lot of people love it, but I personally really like it for the convenience. Last but not least, for a no foundation, no makeup look, you still need to set the brows, or I still need to set my brows because I want that feathery look, the natural look, and I am in love with this one from CoverGirl. This is the Clean Fresh Brow Gel, what do they even call this? Brow Enhancer Gel Wax. It is a little bit thicker, hence the wax name, but because of that, it does a really great job of separating the individual brow hairs and really shellacking them in place. You want to be careful because this can get thick pretty quick. That rhymed. My inner poet's coming out. But it is very long wearing. I really love it. I feel like more people need to be talking about this. All right, friends, so here's the finished no foundation, quick and easy natural makeup look. I feel so cute in this makeup and it feels so lightweight. And when I'm not talking, I can literally do this in like 10 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I'll catch you guys in my next video.